We have a lot of requests for SEO, and I wanted to give you a bit of an update of what's going on in the world of SEO in 2024. What we can see is we look at something called SGE, so it's the search generative experience. Basically, it's something that arrives in Google search, where instead of having just the list of links, you have a sort of summary of the content that you've been searching about, done by an AI. It's something that you can already see in the US. It's not there yet in Europe, but it will come and be tested more broadly. What does it mean? Well, it's quite interesting because it means that some people will do a search and will not even go on a website to find the result. They will read the content and then operate based on that content. So with less visitors on the website for marketers, it means less traffic, so less chance to do retargeting or to offer services. But it means that if you have great content, you will influence the sort of truth that Google is talking about. And this is quite cool. We'll see how it develops. Another thing that is interesting is something called EEAT, so experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. So it's not something where you can really put a number on it, but we've seen over the last few years, and it's really strong today, that websites have different strength, and they have different strength and different authority about different topic. So for example, if you come on the website of Enigma, we have a good authority in terms of marketing. But if tomorrow we were making an article about bread, we would have no authority on this topic. And you can work on this authority. The way you can work on it is to think about who's the author, for example, of a content, who's the author of a blog article, and maybe make a bio of this author. Because if this author has diplomas or a lot of experience or work in different companies, and that Google can find it, then the authority will go higher. It means that basically we can think about the way we build websites a bit differently. We can think about them thinking, okay, we don't just need to say the author of the article is, but we can say the author of the article is, and here's his bio, and here's the link to his LinkedIn if we talk about something that is B2B. That's kind of element that will bring more trust from the end user, but it brings more trust to Google too. And the last point I wanted to talk about is the different tests we did about AI and SEO. When AI came along, we were like, okay, great. So basically we can create SEO content for nearly free.
For free.
Well, all the experiments we did and our colleagues did in the field, it's not exactly that.
Doesn't work.
Because when you do content using AI only, you still need to have a sort of recipe. How many words you need to use, how many time you need to say this keyword you want to fight for. And all of that, the recipe, is something that still needs to be done by human. It can be helped by AI, but it's not completely global. And when we do a content using purely AI, then the problem is the content is not super engaging. And because it's not super engaging, then it's badly rated by Google. Some people said Google has a tool to see if the content is done by AI. But for that, the calculation needed would be so high that we don't believe it is the case. What most probably Google do is very simple. It's an analysis of, do people interact with this content? So we did experiment where we use a whole process with someone who didn't know about SEO, trying to make SEO content. And for sure, we were able to get to a result that ranked. So the experiment was kind of positive. The problem is the time it took to get a content that worked was 2 or 3 times higher than what it would have taken to a professional copywriter in SEO to do the job. So today, in the AI in SEO is useful, but only when it's used by people who really know how to manipulate it and to use it as something that brings speed, but very often it's not that efficient. So the dream of hundreds of content created purely by AI that would rank is still not there yet. But remember, it's not there yet today, but maybe it will come soon. So I hope those knowledge in SEO helps you and that you will be able to thrive and be findable when people look for your product.